What is up, guys? Wrestling premiere is here. I decided, let's do a test run this week. I wanted to talk about Raw, SmackDown, and Dynamite. Reason why? Well, I'm really interested. I wanted to do this for a couple of months now, but, I was living overseas, and the schedule and all that, I just didn't have the time to do it. This week, I'm going to do a test run. I'm in America now. I didn't feel like staying up to watch Raw or Dynamite until freaking 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. It wasn't ideal. Also, as a pay-per-view, of course, I'd stay up until 5 or even 6 a.m. in AEW's case. So yeah, like I said, test run this week. If it affects the schedule, I ain't doing it. But if it doesn't, well, yours truly will be doing this every week. The series is called Nobody Asked because nobody asked me to do weekly reviews. Alright, let's get into it. Raw, June 28, 2021. You see, these bastards knew I was watching. Why? Because they put on a Battle Royal to begin the show. And, oh, am I kidding? They don't even know I exist. Kicking off the show, Randy Orton, it was confirmed that he was going to wrestle tonight. I don't know why. That just happened. Riddle ended up taking his spot, and about the match, I thought it was jobber galore, but it turns out there's a lot of notable guys in there, and I just can't hate these battle royals. Like, even though they're not that interesting, this one's interesting, kind of. I love them. Angel Garza finally did something I was hoping to see in a battle royal. Like, I've always wanted to see somebody do the top thing, but since he's lower card, he didn't take advantage of that. The ring cleared to the jobbers, and it started to get a little dramatic. The 24/7 guys ended up pitting each other on the outside. Omos ran in and tried taking out the Viking Raiders, which he did, by the way. And for a moment, I thought I was actually going to wrestle, but then I realized, why would he? Like, AJ Styles is in the main event. Jeff Hardy had his moment to shine, but since it's 2021, it clearly wasn't going to last long. The ring clears out, and Riddle and Priest end up being the final two. And at this point, I was rooting hard for Priest. Like, I love that guy. I think he should have been in the match. They had a mini match of their own. Highly dramatic, even though the match felt predictable initially. And in the end, Riddle won and was in the main event. It was a very enjoyable match for me. Riddle's the real deal, and he even did Orton's entrance afterwards, which you gotta laugh out of me. I know it's a damn shame that Priest isn't in it, but there's still 2 spots remaining, so who knows. Also, I can't believe AJ Styles technically referenced Steiner's mat. It was cool seeing Nikki Cross. She's been featured a lot recently. She got the new superhero gimmick, and here she faced Shayna Baszler, who was very out of it for obvious reasons. Female Bray Wyatt, which is a story I don't really give a damn about. I just don't really care about that much. The match itself was decent. It's not interesting for me, and it was very obvious that Alexa was going to appear. She did. Shayna was lost and led to the superhero winning. Yeah, that's all. Like I said, I'm not really interested in the female Bray Wyatt story. I'm just not feeling it. Kofi Kingston came out to cut a serious promo on Bobby Lashley. He defended his buddy Xavier for being disrespected after so long. And it was a nice change of pace from seeing Kofi all positive. Like, this is how he should have been after losing the title in 2019. Pimp MVP came out, made his guy look like $1 million, and even said that what Brock Lesnar did to Kofi will be child's play compared to Bobby. That's how bad it was going to be. And so Kofi responded telling MVP that he's already beaten Bobby, and by Money in the Bank he might look like a shell of himself. The promo kicked into high gear when MVP complained about how Lashley worked very hard, and this greatly offended Kofi because he was the same man who took the WWE Championship all over the world, from Ghana to America. He defended his title every couple of days. Lashley, meanwhile, was taking vacations, hanging with women, and he was essentially screwing himself over. I love this promo. The Ghana thing in itself seemed to annoy MVP, and it wasn't because Kofi was hardworking. It was because he was feeding his ego. Hell, even reminded him of his best friend being so confident last week, and it turns out he was beaten so badly that he's not here tonight. Kofi confirmed that Xavier's coming next week and accused Montel of milking this injury, and he ended up kicking him in the face. And this was pretty damn entertaining. Like, I love the fact that Kofi's got a different side to him compared to the very happy, fun-loving one. I will be supporting him all the way because the man, in my eyes, he just never got that proper conclusion to his title run. It was still a good reign in my eyes. Eva Marie, after the incident from last week with the Dewdrop, wanted a rematch with Asuka and Naomi. Dewdrop, the name's still random to me, abandoned her partner last week. And this week is the same story. She did all the work, and when Eva wanted in, she returned the favor, She refused to tag in. Legit thought she was losing by roll-up, since that's Raw's, running gag or something. And despite the fact that her partner ditched her, Dewdrop beat Asuka clean, damn. Already they're having her beat Asuka, which is impressive. Eva, of course, had to take credit for her, so there's that. And I don't know if they're going to reveal why Dewdrop is associated with her. But I'm just waiting for her to completely break free. She did well in NXT. I don't watch NXT UK, to be honest, but I've heard about her. I've heard about her for a few years, I believe. I like seeing new talent, especially female talent, due to the fact that it's always centered on Charlotte, Becky, the 4 horsewomen. It's a lot of the same, but they're starting to bring in new people, like Bianca, Rhea. Things are happening. In other places, Wheelchair Miz was living his worst life. And tonight was soaked by Ricochet with his good buddy's trip stick. This is, of course, leading to a match with Johnny Drip Drip, and I honestly hope he changes his name to Johnny Cash Cash or something on July 18th. And it just said in that this was the first time Ricochet was facing John Morrison in WWE. I'm not sure about that. Is that true? Miz was delusionally comparing himself to Ricochet and his buddy Drip Drip, saying nobody's as creative as them. And at one point, even referenced the "you're not that guy, pal" thing. And that's probably what Vince told Ricochet when he asked him for a push a couple of years ago. They even did a spot using the wheelchair, which of course was impressive. And those bastards put on a decent match. Freaking Ricochet was fighting like his push depended on this match. Morrison was fast as well. And the spot when he was crossbodied, it caught me off guard completely. It got me craving a pay-per-view match between those two. We can only hope. The match, of course, ended in a double countout because Ricochet essentially killed himself to knock down John Morrison. And he almost made it back to the ring, but didn't make it in time. I'm cool with both of these guys winning Money in the Bank. I don't really like Ricochet that much, but if he had the briefcase in hand, I'd be more interested in him, I guess. Also, I just want that Johnny Drip Drip World title run. Like, just give it to me. There was a 6-man tag team match that was confusing in the character department. Like, who's face, who's heel? It was basically Tweenerville, I guess. You know, it was Rhea Ripley, Dana Brooke, and Mandy Rose against Charlotte and the tag team champions Natalya and Tamina. It was already chaotic before the bell even rang. Anyways, I wasn't really into the match initially, but when Ripley got tagged in, I enjoyed the messy chaos for the most part, though. Like, it was pretty boring otherwise, because I'm not really interested in those two storylines. I just don't give a damn about it at all, and that's what caused me to not be interested in the match. Like, it wasn't really that bad. But like I said, I have zero interest in watching these women be involved with each other in these feuds or whatever. Jackson Ryker was whooping himself in the back preparing for a match. I don't get what whipping yourself has to do with preparing for a match. Is it adrenaline or something? Also, why in the hell does Elias have different music? It just doesn't even match him in my eyes. The match in itself was rough and brutal. I had nobody to root for because I don't really care about these two. Elias is much more entertaining with a live crowd, and I never even thought to watch Jackson Ryker. Elias pisses off Ryker to the point where he whoops Elias' ass with a scrap before hitting a sidewalk slam. Big boss man's move. It really caught me off guard that they're pushing him. Like, I legit thought he was going to get released numerous times. I really didn't care about this match again. Riddle was method acting once more. You know, he was acting like Randy Orton, all angry. He's trying to talk like him. He's trying to look like him, you know, with his face and whatever. He got me laughing again. As expected, the main event was the biggest highlight to come from the show. I mean, freaking AJ, Drew, and Riddle. It was good from the get-go. AJ was being thrown 10 feet in the air. He worked with Riddle as a unit to take out Drew, and he was very smart in going after Riddle's foot. The guy was selflessly fighting, you know. He's fighting for Randy Orton's spot. Riddle was committing gimmick infringement. He was exciting on offense. The guy was quick, unique, and just as momentum was on his side, it came crashing down. He bumped his foot into the steps and essentially became a singles match. Those two tore the empty house down with ridiculous moves, near falls, and just when it looked like the end is nigh and the end is near, Riddle was back. He was taped up at this point, and I legit thought that he was winning it. He even hit the RKO again, but almost ruined everything, leading to a Claymore, and Drew won it again. Awesome match. I just hope that they did something better with Drew, other than featuring him in the title picture. You know, like, I don't want to see him in the same position with the same guys like Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar. I would like to see a Lesnar rematch, but I don't think it requires a title. I think it would be better to cool him off. Like, it's just something that needs to be done in my eyes. As for Riddle, I'm thinking he's the one to win it all now. Like, I just got that feeling when watching the show. I had my doubts over how WWE was going to book him. Turns out I was very, very, very wrong. Clearly matching that, but I hope to see somebody not named Drew McIntyre win it. Overall, Raw wasn't bad. Like, I'm clearly shocked that people are actually starting to like it, including myself. I loved the main event. The opener was fun. Ricochet and John Morrison, I like that. Kofi Kingston's promo, it was different. I loved it. I'm looking forward to Money in the Bank. It's all good. I want to know what you guys think about this episode. Like I said, I enjoyed it for the most part. What do you guys think of Raw? Please comment down below. And that's it for this video. Make sure you hit a Claymore on the like button, or perhaps a Trouble in Paradise on the subscribe button. Peace. I'm out.